Hi. So I wanted to talk to you about my detox now. I had an amalgamate filling in my mouth, and it was in there since I was 17, and I am now 66. Well, soon to be 66. And I had the amalgamate filling, the whole tooth was pulled out, and I didn't experience any pain, any bleeding, any swelling, nothing at all. So I'm kind of shocked, but that's the way it is. Anyway, so I've been doing detox for the week that has gone by. And what I do is I drink red onion water pureed with the red onions because they have a lot of quercetin, and quercetin will help to do chelation. It will help to bind to the heavy chemicals in my body and flush them out, right? So that's what I've been doing. And I also have one more moringa left, and I do put that on my teeth and let it dissolve into my teeth, right? And that's how I do chelation. Anyhow, I wanted to tell you the things that I'm experiencing since I've started this journey with chelation. Everybody says, oh, you're not going to go through symptoms. That's a lie. That's not true. You're having hot flashes. It's a hormonal thing, right? And it might be. It very well might be. But it is based on the fact that my body is detoxing. And the reason I know this is because I have been on this health journey for 9 years. 9 years, okay? I did quit smoking 9 years ago. In the morning, that night I had a stroke. I know when my body's talking to me. When it's time to quit something, I freaking know. Anyway, so my body's telling me what's going on. It is getting rid of the chemicals. And the reason I know this is because I'll be fine in the morning because I don't do anything in the morning. I have my water with my Himalayan salt, and I have one coffee, and I don't eat until 2 o'clock or 2 to 6 in that window. So nothing happens in the amount of time that I have in the morning. But 2 hours after I take my supplements, I do my chelation. I drink the red onion water and I do the moringa. And after that, about a half an hour after, and it takes about a half an hour for it to get into your system, right? At least my body, it does. And so a half an hour later, well, actually, before that half hour, I utilize the facilities. You know what I mean? My body works like clockwork, and it works like clockwork every day, every day. Like I don't have any issues in that area. Neither does my cat. My cat seems to be riding on the same schedule as me, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It helps me sleep a little longer. Anyhow, so my schedule is routine. And then about 10:30, I will do my chelation. I will drink the red onion water and I also will do the moringa. And it takes about a half an hour after that, I will start to note the detox. I will start to note the detox. I've been sweating. I never sweat. I never have sweat ever. I don't even have to use the underarm deodorant that I make, and I make my own. I don't have to use it. And the reason why is because I don't sweat. I don't sweat. I never have a stain on my shirts. Never. I never sweat. Um, Now everybody's going to say, "Oh, that's not healthy," and my sweat doesn't have a smell to it, right? It doesn't have a smell to it. And I believe, this is my belief, I believe that when you're sweating, if your sweat has a very foul smell, that's your body detoxing the chemicals and the things that are in your body. And I don't have that. I don't have that until I started doing the chelation. And now, about a half an hour after I take the moringa and drink the quercetin water, I do start to sweat. I start to sweat, and I mean profusely. That could also be a sign of high blood pressure. However, I check it. It's not high blood pressure. So I know my body. My body is detoxing. And so I will go through this period of hot flashes, okay? It'd be like just like when you're in menopause. And I never went through menopause. I never had those hot flashes, right? I might have had the mood swings, but I didn't have the hot flashes. And so it's just like that, but it's even worse because I will start to sweat and I will sweat under the arms. And the one day I was like, I don't sweat. What the hell? So I went like this. I took a sniff of it, and oh my God. You know the old saying, every dog smells his own hole? Well, you know what? Yeah, I needed some refresher. So, take a shower or whatever, right? But what I'm saying is, since I started doing the chelation, I've been noticing that my sweat has an odor to it. It does have an odor. It's not a strong odor, but it's an odor. So it's almost like my body is getting rid of those, the semblance of chemicals that were left in my body from that amalgamate filling. And that amalgamate filling, it's been in there since I was 17, and I did crack the tooth. And if you look it up online, if you have a cracked amalgamate filling, okay, a tooth that's cracked, it will leak into the surrounding tissue. And so that's what I'm dealing with. And, I've done my research on this, okay? I don't need someone telling me what to do. I really don't. I don't need some doctor telling me, oh, we're going to give you some medication, you're going to be okay. I'm fine just the way I am. My body is detoxing. And so I've been noticing I've been urinating a lot more than I used to. And when you do chelation, it will come out in your body fluids, right? Your body fluids and your feces and things like that. And I'm telling you, I am so blunt. This is just crazy. I'm so blunt. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm noticing changes, right? So I'm noticing changes. My urine smells like urine. And, before I do the chelation, I don't have any smell to my urine, but I'm finding that I'm getting semblances of, I'm getting odors, right, in my armpits, which I never had before. I never had this issue. For 9 years now, I haven't had this issue. I'm also very thirsty. That could be a sign of sugar diabetes, but I don't have sugar diabetes. I have no issues with my sugar. My sugars are in balance. So these are things that I check. I'm not just saying, oh, I'm okay, I don't have, I check them. So I know I'm not diabetic. I know I'm not in menopause. I'm 66. Like, come on, people, like, shake your freaking head, right? So I'm not going through those stages again. No, you do that. I'm not doing that. Anyhow, so I'm finding that even like the color of my excrement, the color of my urine, okay? Things are different, and I'm so blunt. And you might think this is disgusting, but you know what? It's truth. It's reality. It's your body. If you don't listen to your body, if you don't know what's going into your body and what's coming out of your body, then, you're missing a couple of things there. You might be missing a couple of chapters, right? And so I don't choose to take the advice of someone who hasn't been there and done that. I don't choose to take the advice of a man who's going to tell me how my body works. I'm a woman, yeah. And my body talks to me. So I don't need some guy telling me, oh, that's not true. You're not detoxing. That's just menopause. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I don't even want to go there. And I'm not getting into scrapping with anybody over my viewpoint, okay? This is my body. It's my body. And I know my body. I listen to my body, okay? I don't like close a blind ear or blind eye to it. Like if I have some type of symptom that doesn't ring true, that isn't something that would normally be happening. And these are things that happen. Look it up. When you are detoxing, you will get sweats. You will get night sweats. You will have bouts of insomnia. You will have, some people experience skin rashes. I'm so lucky I haven't had that yet, right? But I do have an issue right here. There's a little red mark right here, and it swells up. It swells up. I don't know what that is. It's a fluid, but there is a little cancer lesion here that I've been treating. I will show you that. I've been treating it with the baking soda and iodine, but my body is in a state of chelation. It's in a state of detoxing, and I'm feeling, it doesn't last all day. It only lasts for about an hour. The sweating, the armpit sweat, like the smell, it only lasts for like an hour. I can go take a shower after it happens and I'll be fine for the rest of the day. Like, that's what I'm saying, right? So those are the things that I'm noting. And before, about 2 days ago, I noticed that the color of my whites of my eyes looked a little tinged. It looked a little yellow, okay? And so I thought, well, that might be that I need more water. And so I've been drinking a lot more water. I don't know where I put it. I have a mason jar and I fill it full of water. and I drink it. A little bit of Himalayan salt, and I drink that mason jar. Now, I've been going through the water like crazy, like crazy. I can drink 3 or 4 of those tall mason jars, about 8 ounces, maybe 9 ounces of water, times maybe 3 or 4 times a day. Now, I don't want to overhydrate either, right? And I know if I've overhydrated because I will get bloated. I will get bloated. So, my body is taking the water in and using the water to help flush the toxins out of my system. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm sticking to. So this is just a little blurb to kind of tell you what's taking place with my detox. Now I'm going to show you my cancer lesion. Now I don't want you to be offended. Know that this is natural. This is what happens. This is reality. This is not no fake crap. There's no fake crap on my channel, okay? And I will not put a filter on this video. I'm sitting underneath my living room light to try to get the proper lighting, but I'm not the greatest at this, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to get monetized anyway in this lifetime, right? Because YouTube has changed a lot of their monetization rules. And like, I only have 400 and some subscribers. This is about my journey. And this is to leave, almost like a video book for my children and my grandchildren when I'm gone from this world. And, I'm not saying I'm going to last to be 100, but I might make it to 80 if I can detox. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cancer lesion. And I've been using iodine. I put a drop of iodine and then baking soda, and then I cover it up. Now I have been taking the Band-Aid off, and I've been leaving it off during the day with just a little baking soda on it. Okay, did I get it all off? Yeah. Okay, so that's where the cancer lesion was. Yeah. Nothing there. Nothing there. It's just a little red. So where it's discolored, it will come back. It will come back. And what I do for that is I have a little face massager that you put on to exercise your cheekbones. And you notice I have very kind of like, what do you call them? Like kind of pointed cheekbones, right? Like when I smile right there. Anyway, so this is right on the chubby part of my cheek. And so it's flat, but it's also discolored, if you notice. Now, I don't know if I can make it darker somehow. I'm not the greatest at this. We'll see if I can make it darker. There. Can you see that? Okay, so it's flat, except for the fact that I have a little bit of chub there. And yeah, it's discolored, but it will dry up. And what it does is it forms a little scab, and then that scab elevates and it literally peels off. And then it doesn't leave a big scar, right? And I don't want to have a scar. And I also use a little bit of castor oil. So let's see. Can you see it now? Okay. So I put a little bit of castor oil on, and the castor oil will ensure that I don't have a scar there, right? And so that's important to me because the cancer lesions seem to come on my face a lot. And I did have I think I posted a video further back where I had like 4 or 5 of them here, and they were bad. They were bad. There was like 4 or 5 of them, and I don't have any scar there. So that's good. And I do use the castor oil to make sure that I don't get that scarring tissue, right? So, and if you peel a scab off anything, you're going to have a scar. You're going to have a scar. So I did have a melanoma somewhere up here. Where was it? Here. Oh, here it was. Yeah. So it was a big one. It was right there. It was about the size of a toonie. And it healed well. It healed well, and I only have like a little tiny white patch there. So I'm not concerned about this, but when we go into the summer weather, I have a hard time with my skin because being out in the sun, in the full sun, let's say I'm out at noon hour, if I have running around to do, I'm out at noon hour, I will break out in some lesions. And what happens is they look like age spots. And for anybody else, you'd look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm getting old, look at the age spots. But for me, what they do is they elevate, they get irregular borders, and they literally lift off the skin, and that's when it's a danger zone, and that's when I need to treat them. So I'm very cautious, and over time I'm going to get tired. I'm going to get exhausted from having to be so vigilant on this, and I'm sure there's going to be a time when I'm going to slide, I'm going to slip, And so that's why it's important to me to document this and to have a document for my children or my grandchildren. And I mean, you know, they say it runs in the family, so maybe they're going to deal with these type of issues in the future. And I would want them to learn how to take care of it holistically if they can, right? And to be able to have that choice. Yeah. So anyway, I'm detoxing. I'm feeling great. I am going to try to fast for 3 days because 3 days is, it's about 3 days to get your body into autophagy. And I need to lose that 10 pounds. Yeah, I need to lose it. I keep bouncing back and forth. I'll go to 135 and then I'll go back up to 137, right? So I want to get down to 130 and I want to go a little bit lower than that. I do because I feel healthier and I think I look a hell of a lot better when I'm about 128 pounds. Yeah, so wish me luck. That might be a little tough to do. So, because we are going into the winter weather and I like to bake. I like to bake. So I'll be making some ginger cookies and things like that. So we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed. I shall see you in the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste, my friends. Bye.